Welcome to our home.
Welcome back to Adaptive Humanity,
where we dare you to adventure beyond your limitations.
So this is our actual official review of a 2021 Holiday Rambler Armada.
We like to do things unbiased, complete honesty.
And we're going to tell you all the crap that's wrong with it from a living perspective, not a...
We review RVs but never would own one.
Yeah.
Perspective.
So, we're just going to get right into it. Let's get started.
Woo.
Epic RV Review.
So, we'll start off with the cockpit area / driver's seat. And this is laid out like junk. Okay, it looks great. It just the style of it and everything is awesome. The function, not so much. So, Holiday Rambler screwed up big time with this. And the reason that I say that is the steering column on this is nice because you can tip it up and down. It does telescope, so on and so forth. It sucks for one-legged people because you can't push the accelerator. Your foot hits the floor before it hits the pedal. The other thing is you can never go full throttle with this on another design flaw because the gas pedal hits the tile before you can actually reach full acceleration. So that's dumb. Do also like that this has a push to start on it. One downfall is if you don't have the key sitting here in the cup holder, it always tells you on the dash to check fob. I keep the key down below there when I've been driving, and it's just easier because if you put it over here in the cup holder, you can't put a cup in it. So it does say check fob, but it doesn't do anything else.
And I think that they should make these chairs just like a little wider, at least the passenger seat, just a smidge wider, because usually the people that travel have one of these. So just a little extra cushion over there. Or maybe like a doggy bed, just like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm short, so my feet dangle. So this is the cool part. I hope I get this right. Woo. Pretty sick. Oh, forward, backwards. You can tilt downwards or up.
Oh my God, the seat moves.
So next to the passenger seat is a keypad with a switch that does some magic. Boom. And I believe this holds a whole person. The only downfall of that is that it does not lift up. So you have that ledge. That's like 3-inch ledge. So that's kind of a downer, but the seat's comfortable. You have a footrest. It's wide enough that a 30-pound dog could join you if you must. We always have to.
So before we start with the living room, the one thing I did want to point out is the Sports Coach by Coachman had a table that sat in front of the passenger chair. For some reason, Holiday Rambler didn't feel that a co-pilot needed a table. That doesn't work. I don't know. But if they're watching this, put a table in, man. Seriously, it's not that hard. Okay, on to the living room area. It's nice because it has double couches. Our last one did not have 2 couches, and when we had company, it was tight. So it's nice that we have somebody to be able to sit over here, and we can take these because these are for us, because they do recline, and they're special, and guests don't pay, so they're not special. So we get those. So television does come up over here. It is on a televator. So it did come with a JBL soundbar, but anybody that knows me, I think anything that comes with a vehicle, no matter what you buy from the factory, sucks. So it needs to go. So bye-bye JBL, and we put Sonos in. Those of you that don't know, Sonos is amazing for home theater stuff. Our house is a smart house, and Well, when it works, it's a smart house. When it doesn't work, it's a dumb house. So most of the time it's a dumb house, but occasional smartness does come out. Is all Sonos, and they are wireless. So that way, all you gotta do is plug the speaker in. You don't have to run speaker wires to each individual speaker. So we'll move on to the kitchen area, and we'll let Amber take over that.
The kitchen.
So I love this kitchen. I love the ambient light underneath. I know, you like the kitchen too. Absolutely love the countertops, and they did this awesome sauce. Check it out. Look, it keeps going. Boom. But for the longest, the whole time that we've had it, this little button didn't like to work. So we had to do it like a couple times. I think it's fixed. It's probably Matt. He fixes everything. I do not like the induction cooktops. I prefer gas. I do absolutely love the dishwasher. I hate dishes and cleaning really in general. So this is a blessing. They did think about having a cutting board cabinet, which was fantastic. Love that idea. But it does take up a lot of space. They could have used that space and put in, I don't know, a pantry or something. That's a huge downfall to the kitchen. There is not any pantry space whatsoever. In our last one, they had plenty of cabinets, which was good for a turd. You can also put your cutting boards down below the sink, so I don't know. I prefer a pantry. Farmhouse sink. Awesome. Love it. Plenty of counter space. Downfall. Where are the outlets? Oh, they're up here. Right here and right here. And that's it for the kitchen. Just those two spots. So, Matt got creative and put in an extension so that we could have a little bit of outlet power going on over there. Because they did not have a pantry, all of our food is right here, which is kind of silly. They had plenty of room. I feel like somewhere in this area they could have put in a pantry. Over here though, we have this spice cabinet with all of our spices. Love, love, love this. The refrigerator is big and fantastic. Can't go wrong with that, especially one with an ice maker and dispenses water. Fantastic. I'm a water drinker, and it's better to have that than just having jugs of distilled water below the coach to just drink from.
Water? Really? You drink from jugs of water? Stepped on the dog.
No.
That's
Look,
good for him.
he lost a leg! Oh no! You okay? I prefer this dinette. No, this is not a, is this a dinette? Okay, we'll just call this a dinette. So I much prefer this dinette over the booth dinette. Less tacky, and we don't need all that. And oh look, it comes out like a couple more inches so that you could fit 4 people here, or 5. Wonderful work area. This doubles for us as an office. Magical.
Another thing with the driver's area is this right here. So this is where all of your switches are for your slides in the front, your satellite system, the awning above the door, and your leveling system. A lot of people say that, I've heard anyway, that we don't like Girard awnings because there's only a remote. Well, they give you 2.
Wow.
Don't know if that's a new thing or if it's a Holiday Rambler thing, that they give you 2 remotes for the Girard awning. So all you do is you mount one remote right here. Guess what? You have a hard mounted switch and you have a remote. Yes, I love the Girard awning because it has a switch and it has a remote. Slide's a pain in the butt. You have to come all the way in with it, and then if you want to go back out, you literally have to shut the engine off, start the engine back up, recycle this. Pain in the butt. Holiday Rambler, fix that. It's annoying. All these cabinets are fake. Why? I don't understand. These ones do slide to give you access to electrical stuff, and it slides over here. And just so everybody knows, this right here is your TV lockout. So that way your TV does not work while you are in gear and driving down the road. There may or may not be a small wire that runs to the bottom of that you may or may not be able to pull out to make this thing work. I don't know. That's just what I heard. You gotta figure that out for yourself. But I can tell you that the TV is glitching, and it does work all the time now. I don't know why. It's weird. So this bed is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's nice to have the extra sleeping space, but at the same time, it kind of sucks because I'd really like the extra headroom in here if we didn't have this. If you're tall, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get through there. It is quick though. This thing is crazy fast. It is not fast forwarded at all. That's how fast it comes down. When it comes down all the way, it does turn on the lights up here, and you do have access to the TV while you're in bed. Downfall. It blocks this front AC vent. Why they have to have an AC vent right here, I don't know. They could have put it here, and then you could have just pointed it that way. They rotate. Holiday Rambler, think about that. Maybe if we move that here, so that way it works in this area for the 99% of the time that you're in the coach, and not the 1% of the time that you're using the bed. Do wish that they would have put this switch somewhere. I know Amber said something, she doesn't like it, that it's actually on the bed, that they could have maybe like hit it down below or something like that, so that way there isn't just a generic gray switch. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I guess that's a little minor, but when you're spending this amount of money, I would expect them to hide things like that. Speaking about spending amount of money, maybe you should use a better quality plastic in your AC vents, because when you go to turn them, they all break. So we do have new vents coming. They are on order, but this is what happens when you try to turn the vent. They just literally disintegrate and snap off. And these were all done like this before we even took delivery of the coach. It was something that we had pointed out, and they had to order new ones because they tried to take the ones off another one that they had in stock, and they broke them all. So yeah, step up your game. Put better plastic in it. Seriously, what's it going to cost you? An extra $5? Because all of them do it. We don't rotate these because they're going to snap. Another thing are these cabinets. If you look, none of these smaller cabinets have all four corners that actually come together on a 45. There's a gap in all of them. They are ordering us all brand new cabinets, but at the same time, I would expect better, especially out of like their premier line. This is the highest you can go in Holiday Rambler. This is their best of the best. You want to try to play at that level, maybe pay attention to details a little bit better, especially this is the first year that you came out with something, so you would expect it to be perfect on the detail stuff. Speaking of details, all these little crown caps had to get reordered because they don't know how to sand at the factory, and they just say, well, we'll paint it white and it looks good. No, it doesn't look good. It looks like crap, and you notice it, so don't do it. Simple. And it's not just that side. This side is the same. Identical to the other side. Poor workmanship. Whatever you want to call it. It shouldn't be inside of our coach or anybody else's coach when they're charging as much as they do for this. I do give them credit. The fireplace is pretty cool. The only thing that I wish they would have done is staggered this seam a little bit more or lined it up with the one underneath it, because it looks like a mistake, but it's really not. They're like that. I looked at pictures of other places that had them, and it's the same. But it can go through, and you can change your colors. You can change your lights on the bottom. And you can also change your flame color. So I do think that's pretty cool. It is functional. It will put out heat. So the floors in here are heated tile. Then you have the electric fireplace, and you only have one heat pump all the way in the back. They say that is enough to completely heat the coach. We will find out very soon when everybody's headed south and we are headed north to the cold. We will let you know if that actually works as advertised. I don't think it's going to. I don't. But hopefully they prove me wrong, and it does. Moving on, we'll head back to the bedroom and the bathroom, and I'll let Amber show you around back there.
The bedroom and bathroom.
Next to the kitchen, we have a hot tub. It's tiny, nothing too special. There's only no storage here, and then same down here. All of your control panels and such. But this is all the space that you need. I do wish that they put more shelves in here. They're just really tall and shallow, and they just don't really make sense. Like, all the things that you put in here are gonna be small. And let's head back here to the master suite. Wonderful thing about this is that the bed folds up, so you have more room here for activities. Thing that I don't like about this bad boy is this switch panel. When you're laying in bed like this, usually how you lay in bed, you can't see this. It's flipped upside down. I don't really read well upside down. Anyway, Matt's awesome, and he flipped it around for us. The one thing that is a small downfall, but not too big of a deal for me anyway, is the remote to move this bed. There's only one. Don't lose it, because if you lose it, you're fucked. Over here, you have awesome storage for your clothes. Love these closets. Obviously, I have the essentials, yoga mat, volleyball, all that good stuff. I like the his and hers, or hers and hers, or his and his. We have more than enough room for all of our stuff, so I love that part. I also love this. And the mirrors, oh my gosh, the mirrors. The mirrors are one of my favorite parts. In our turd coach before, there was nothing. There were no mirrors except for ones that were here and above on me. So I have more than enough, more than I could even ask for in this coach, which is awesome. And why I took this one, so I can have a little fashion show. Okay, to the bathroom. Watch your step. Small downfall, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We have a ginormous shower. It's pretty cool. Love that they already have a bench in there for people who like to sit, or for amputees and or handicapped humans. So that's a wonderful feature that they have. I think it holds up to 300 pounds, which is brilliant for the people that buy these things. This door, no, this doesn't make sense. Look, gone. If they did like one of those foldable door things, it's a closet door, it comes out like that, that would make more sense. But anyway, you have more storage in here. It's just a basic bathroom. I like the storage in there. Beyond enough storage under here. I literally sat in here and under, so comfortably, in fact. Look at this ambiance. I love this lighting, and behind the mirrors as well. It's perfect for at night. You don't want it too bright. Look at that. There's a trash can. Genius. All the storage. All of this is storage and more storage. These are doggy drawers for us. And washer dryer. Love this feature. We love it. Fun fact about the washers and dryers, quick wash is like 30 minutes. That's all you need. You don't need heavy wash for anything, and it's just boom, boom, it's done.
Real question. Does it make sandpaper?
No, it does not make sandpaper. Sorry, ladies. you're gonna have to exfoliate with other things.
So that's the tour, guys, for the inside. The outside stuff, we'll play one portion of it. If you want to see the underneath spots and everything, Matt already did a review on the Armada. He actually did a review on this very one. So in his review, I wish he would have pointed out those things that we found wrong with it. That would have been a little helpful too, because we kind of bought this sight unseen as we were coming back from Alabama. We didn't sign the paperwork until we got here, but we worked the deal and everything before we even seen it. So those little things we would have really liked to see, but it is what it is. The other thing that is a major downfall with these, and I have heard rumors that a new Fleetwood also has a problem, is the driver's side mirror. So as you can see in this video, it literally shakes so bad that you cannot see out of the mirror. And then the blind spot detection sensors will actually start flashing on both mirrors really fast, and they will go into fault and not work. That is a manufacturing defect. The manufacturers, engineers suck. They didn't think about it.
Oops.
Who knew that fiberglass would move? I don't know. There's no reinforcements in the front. They literally bolted the mirror right to the fiberglass corner, and all it is a 1/4 inch thick fiberglass front cap that is holding that mirror. I mean, didn't they drive this thing before they were like, it's good to go?
Like,
we'll just send it out, you know? So maybe start test driving some of your stuff, Holiday Rambler, before you release it.
Oh,
and
like live in it for a week
right.
or something?
Yeah. Hire somebody
idea.
just to live in your coaches for a week before you decide that it's a good idea to put them on the market. So for the outside stuff, you can watch Matt's video. The only real issue that we had with anything on the exterior or underneath was that mirror. I did fix the mirror, and that is completely reinforced.
Yep.
I welded a whole corner bracket together to support the whole corner of the thing. The reason I had to do that was because when I went to General RV to get it fixed and explained everything that was going on, I was no longer a customer. Because what happened was I already signed the paperwork and they got paid. So that's all that matters. You're great until you sign the paperwork, and then after that,
to the curb.
See ya. Because
Peasant.
they were worried about getting paid for doing the repair instead of just fixing a major safety issue that everybody could say, well, you should have found that on your test drive. I did find it on the test drive, and it was noted on my workup sheet. And what was told to us was that they tightened down the mirror, and it is a lot better. It still wobbles a little bit because of the way that the manufacturer did it. 100% better.
Wrong.
No, they didn't even touch it, because I took the mirror off and it was oxidized into place. When I went back to them the day after we bought it, because we noticed it on our drive home at 8 o'clock at night, it was dodge the phone call, dodge the email, and eventually with enough pressure and calls to corporate, somebody decided to call me back, and then it was, we'll bring it down, we'll take a look at it. When I get there, they came out, they took some pictures of it with the body shop, and it was, we'll submit a claim and we'll see you in 3-4 weeks maybe. We got to work it out with them, because if we just go and fix it, then we can't get paid for it. They're going to deny the claim. At that point, I don't think it matters, because that is a huge safety issue that you have for a customer, and you just make it right. So I am looking at it from company side, and if you just eat the couple $100 on that for whoever needs it done, and then you hold the ones on your lot because you have a known issue with it, then you don't get people making videos like this about you. Just
That's interesting.
bottom line, huge safety issue. I mean, huge. You can't see out of the mirror, and it shuts off all your blind spot detection. We have listed off everything that we do not like about this, but that is for the next person who is thinking about buying them. Would I still recommend this to somebody? And we've had it for over a week now. We've put some miles on it. We've lived in it the whole time. We may be in our driveway, but we have lived in this the whole time because
we only sleep in this bed.
Yeah, we have learned from the last one that you really don't start finding out problems until you live in it. So that's the first thing we did is we were like, yep, we're in our driveway, but we're still going to live in it because we're going to find every little flaw that we can and try to get it fixed.
And I personally wanted to get used to living in this. It's nice. It's so much nicer than our last one. I just laying in bed the other night, I'm like, wow, I don't even feel like we're in an RV. This doesn't feel like an RV. I feel like we're at home. It's so comfortable, it's cozy, it's bright and happy on the inside. The way it drives, that's a huge thing. This thing cruises like...
There's a huge difference. This thing just floats. The ride in this thing is phenomenal. The independent front suspension, awesome. The steerable tag axle, I mean, I whipped this thing around and put it into the driveway and put it on the same exact spot that we normally keep it. And so I did it without a problem. I pulled out, backed it all the way in, and I hit the same exact spot. I would recommend this thing. I would recommend getting it. I would feel comfortable, saying that you should look at one, even with the flaws that we mentioned, because the flaws that we mentioned,
they're minor.
Besides the mirror is major. Yeah. All the rest of the stuff is minor. They didn't really give a hard time about getting the extra crown molding pieces in. Yeah. It's nothing that, besides the mirror, is preventing us from now leaving. So that's another good thing is we are going to be hitting the road again. Thank God.
Ready to get out of here.
Yes, because we literally wasted an entire week thinking that it was going to get fixed by General, and that didn't happen. So,
thanks, General.
Yeah. I could be in Colorado right now. Just saying. We did want to add that all the blinds are day and they have the privacy. The other cool thing is that this has I think it's Firefly. So the amazing thing is you can control pretty much everything besides the slides, but you can't control the slides on your phone, but you can control everything else right from the app on your phone. So that's cool. It's a nice little. It does come in handy. I've used it quite a bit.
There's also a switch next to one of the sides of the beds to turn on the generator too. So that's handy.
That's cool. So if in the middle of the night all of a sudden your power goes off and you don't have your auto gen start.
Which that has happened to us.
Yeah, you forget to set your auto gen start and you lose the power in the middle of the night. You can just reach over and smack the switch and
go back to sleep.
So that is a definite perk. I like that.
Yeah.
In conclusion.
So that wraps it up for our unprofessional but actual live-in review of this 2021 Holiday Rambler Armada.
Brutal and non-biased.
Thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it.
And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and press that bell so that you get updates whenever we post a video.
And don't forget to share.
And
Sharing is caring.
Share with your friends.
All right, we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Bye.